What if disappearing, just a little, made her see you in a whole new way? What if, when she thinks you're slipping away, her heart actually runs toward you, faster than ever? Let's slow down and really think about something. Have you ever liked someone so much that you tried everything to make them like you back? Maybe you sent them sweet messages every day. Maybe you waited hours just hoping they'd reply. Maybe you even said yes to things you didn't want, just so they'd stay close to you. And still, they didn't treat you the same. They didn't chase you back. They didn't seem as excited. And that hurts. It feels confusing, right? You're giving your heart, your time, your attention. So, why doesn't she feel the same? Let me tell you something most people don't understand. Chasing too much makes you invisible. Yep, you heard that right. Imagine this. You're watching your favorite show, and every single day, it's there. Same time, same place. You know it'll be there no matter what. Do you rush to watch it anymore? Probably not. Because it's always there. It doesn't feel special anymore. Now imagine that show disappears, just for a week or a month. Suddenly, you miss it. You want it. You need to know what happens next. That's what happens when you stop chasing, when you stop giving everything away, when you stop waiting around, when you start focusing on you. She notices. She feels it. She starts wondering, wait, where did he go? Why is he so calm? Is he thinking of someone else? Why am I thinking about him so much now? It flips a switch in her mind, a switch you never knew existed. Because when you're always there, always chasing, always giving, she doesn't have to think. She doesn't have to wonder. She doesn't have to miss you. But the moment she feels you slipping away, just a little, she starts feeling something she never felt before. Curiosity, excitement, even panic. It's not a game. It's not being mean. It's just you, finally putting yourself first. And that's powerful. You're not disappearing forever. You're just living your life. Quietly, confidently, peacefully, and in that quiet space. She hears your silence louder than your words ever were. Are you ready to find out what happens next when you stop chasing and start choosing yourself? What if I told you the more time you spend chasing her, the more invisible you become to her heart? And the moment you stop, she starts searching for you, like she lost something valuable. Let's talk about something no one ever teaches boys. You don't have to chase love. You don't have to prove that you're good enough. You don't have to try so hard to be picked. Because real attraction, it's not loud. It's not desperate. It's silent. It's calm. It's powerful. The moment you stop trying to impress her is the moment she actually starts to notice you. Sounds crazy, right? But think about this. The sun doesn't chase anyone. It rises and shines, whether someone is watching or not. And everyone still wants its warmth. That's who you need to become. When you chase someone who isn't giving the same energy back, you're telling yourself, I'm not enough unless she picks me. That hurts your heart. And even worse, it makes her feel like you're trying too hard. But when you stop chasing, when you quietly go live your life, something magical happens. She starts to feel that space. She starts wondering, why isn't he trying anymore? her thoughts begin racing. Did I lose him? Is he moving on? Wait, maybe I liked him more than I thought. This feeling only shows up when there's space. That's when desire is born, not in the chase, but in the silence, the absence, the mystery. You become rare when you stop running toward her and start walking your own path. You become valuable when your time is not for everyone. And trust me, women feel this shift even when you say nothing. They can feel when a man is full of peace, when he's not begging for attention, when he's not scared to walk alone. That's when they want to walk with you. So now the big question is, how do you live in a way where her attention is just a bonus, not the goal? Imagine this. You're doing your thing, not texting her, not calling, not chasing, and out of nowhere, she likes your old photo. She watches your stories. She sends, "Hey," like nothing ever happened. Why? Because now she's the one who's curious. Let's break this down. Why do girls often come back right when you stop thinking about them? It's not magic, it's energy. You see, attention is like sunlight. If you give too much of it to one flower, it gets burned. But when you give just enough and then step back, that flower starts reaching for more. That's what happens when you stop giving all your time, all your thoughts, all your energy to her. She feels it. She notices the change in the air. Women are deeply emotional. They don't always think in words like men. They feel energy, and when your energy moves back to yourself, back to your purpose, back to your peace, she feels the emptiness. That empty space, it creates curiosity. It builds attraction. It makes her start missing you. And here's the wild part. You didn't say a single word. You didn't need to post quotes. You didn't need to show her you're happy. You didn't play games. You just lived. You started reading, working out, spending time with people who respect you, going after your goals again. And just like that, your silence became louder than words. It said, "I'm not waiting around anymore. I've got a life to live. I don't chase, I attract." That energy, it hits different. It makes her wonder if she underestimated you. Have you ever seen a cat ignore a toy until the toy moves just a little? Then boom, it pounces. That's how attraction works. It doesn't chase what's always there. It gets wild when something starts slipping away. Let's talk about something powerful. Mystery. You see, when you're always available, always texting first, always telling her how much you miss her, there's no mystery. And guess what? No mystery means no spark. But the moment she feels you're not just sitting around, the moment she feels your life is going forward, with or without her, her mind starts to race. Where did he go? Is he over me? Who is he becoming without me? Now, you didn't leave in anger. You didn't post sad songs. You didn't throw shade online. You simply moved, quietly, calmly, confidently. You chose silence over begging. You chose peace over pressure. You chose growth over games. And this creates something she can't resist. Mystery mixed with strength. When a man doesn't explain himself, when he walks with purpose, not pain, that's when her heart wakes up. Because most men chase. Most men try to fix. Most men panic when they feel a woman pulling away, but not you. You step back, not to hurt her, but to protect your peace. And in that moment, when she feels you're slipping away, and she doesn't know why, that's when she starts chasing. So here's the truth. If you want her attention, stop giving all of yours. Want to know how to become a man she respects, even when you say nothing? What if I told you? A man who says nothing at all can sometimes say the most, not with words, but with how he lives. She sees it. She feels it. She wonders, what is he becoming without me? Let's talk about something that makes men stand out. Something so rare, so strong, that it makes women stop and stare. Purpose. When a man has a mission, when he wakes up with fire in his chest and goals in his eyes, he becomes magnetic. You're not ignoring her. You're just focused. You're not playing hard to get. You're already hard to reach because your time is sacred. And here's what's crazy. The more you chase your goals, the more she starts chasing you. Why? Because women don't want to be your whole life. They want to join your already powerful life. Think about it. Would you rather be the prize or the person begging for one? When you stop orbiting around her and start building your own world, she starts feeling that shift. It's like a part of you is moving ahead, and she doesn't want to be left behind. But it's not about trying to make her feel anything. It's about you building a life that feels full, with or without her. That's real power. That's real attraction. That's what makes her obsessed. Because deep down, she doesn't want a man who needs her to feel whole. She wants a man who's already whole and chooses her anyway. So if you're tired of chasing, tired of feeling small, then it's time to chase something bigger, your purpose. What if I told you silence could shake her world more than 1,000 words ever could? Not angry silence, not cold silence, but the kind of calm that comes from true strength. Let's talk about emotional control. Not hiding your feelings, but choosing your response. Imagine this. She gets distant. She tests you. She even says something cold. Most guys, they panic, they text, they chase, they beg, they explode. But you breathe. You feel the heat, but you don't burn. You feel the sting, but you don't break. That's not weakness. That's emotional mastery. When you stay calm, you tell the world and her something powerful. I'm not controlled by your storms. I am the calm. She notices that. She watches how you handle pressure, not just how you handle her. Because women don't want a man who loses himself in his feelings. They want a man who owns them, like a lion owns the jungle. And guess what? The moment she sees you stay still, when others would shake, that's when her respect grows. Her curiosity grows. Her desire grows. You didn't yell. You didn't chase. You didn't explain. You just stayed calm and walked in your truth. That's the move she never saw coming. That's the kind of man she can't forget. What if being quiet made her think about you all day? Not because you were rude or cold, but because you were focused on something bigger than her? Let's talk about something most men forget. Purpose. See, most guys make this mistake. They make a woman their whole world. They wake up thinking about her. They go to sleep checking if she messaged. Their whole mood depends on her mood. But that doesn't make her feel special. It makes her feel trapped. Because deep down, no woman wants to be your everything. She wants to join your life, not be your life. So what does this mean for you? It means you need a mission, something bigger than her, bigger than dating, bigger than just trying to be liked. It could be your business, your goals, your health, your craft, something that lights a fire in you, something that keeps you going, even when nobody's watching. When you focus on your purpose, you naturally become more rare. You don't have time to chase. You don't beg for attention. You don't lose yourself in emotions. And guess what? That's when she starts chasing you. Because now, she feels you slipping away into your mission, and that makes her think, wait, why isn't he trying to win me over anymore? What is he doing? Who is he becoming? That mystery, that strength, it makes her want to earn a place in your world, want to know the secret move that makes her crave your presence, even when you're not around. What happens when she can't read you anymore? Not because you're hiding, but because you've mastered your emotions. Most guys get scared when a girl pulls away. They panic. They send a long message. They ask, did I do something wrong? They beg for answers. But not you. Not anymore. Because now, you've learned something powerful. Emotional control. Not faking, not pretending, but choosing calm, even when it's hard. You see, when you don't react with fear or anger, it shows her something amazing. It shows her you're strong. It shows her you don't need her to feel okay. You are already okay, with or without her. And that, my friend, is rare. Most men explode when they're rejected. Or they act cold and mean. Or they shut down. But when you stay calm, when you breathe deeply and move forward, you make her wonder, wait, why isn't he upset? Why isn't he chasing me like the others? That calm silence, it hits deep. It tells her you are not a boy who needs saving. You're a man who saves himself. When she feels your emotions are solid, she knows she can't control you with drama. And now, she starts to feel something she didn't expect. Respect. What if the moment you stop trying, she starts watching you more closely? Not because you're chasing, but because you're rising? Here's something most men don't know. When you stop focusing on her and you start building your life, that's when everything starts to change. She sees you going to the gym. She sees you working harder. She sees your eyes focused on something bigger than her. And she starts asking, where is his attention going now, if it's not on me? This isn't a trick. You're not ignoring her to get her back. You're just finally putting the focus where it belongs, on yourself. That means you stop sitting around waiting for her texts. You stop replaying old conversations in your head. You stop living like your whole world depends on her. And guess what? She feels it. She can feel when your world gets bigger. When your energy goes into your dreams, your body, your future. It's like a light inside you turns on. You become magnetic. Not because you tried to impress her, but because you became someone you're proud of. She starts to notice your glow. She starts to miss the attention you used to give her. And suddenly, she wants it again. But now, you're not just the same guy waiting around. You're growing. You're changing. You're becoming rare. And women chase what's rare. Want to know the final piece that pulls her in without a word? Let's move to the final stage. Imagine her heart racing, not because you're chasing her, but because you've become a mystery she can't solve. This is the secret few men ever learn. When you become calm and peaceful inside, when you stop needing her to fill a hole in your life, you actually make her want you more. Peace is magnetic. It's a quiet power. It's not loud or desperate. It's steady, strong, like a mountain. And here's the crazy part. Women feel it deep down. They don't just want excitement or words. They want that steady, calm strength. When you master your emotions, when you don't react wildly to every small thing, you show her something powerful. That you are a man who controls his world, not a man controlled by it. She feels safe with that. She respects that. And yes, she is drawn to that. You see, the greatest power isn't trying to get her attention. It's having your own life so full, so rich, so free, that her feelings are just a part of your amazing world. Not the whole story. That's the real magic of detachment and strategic absence. You don't push. You don't chase. You just live your best life. And when she feels you slipping away, she will do what no chasing can force. She will want you, truly and deeply. So now you know, not by trying harder, but by being better for yourself first. This is Stoic wisdom in love. It's power, peace, and freedom all wrapped up in one. Are you ready to live like this?